Thinks is a wide-ranging, free-flowing discussion where I offer my unsolicited views on everything from music, movies, politics, sports, religion, pop culture, you name it. If it's happening, I'm talking about it. My thoughts unsolicited, nobody cares. Keep not caring. Damn it. All right, and I am back with a special guest, Jake Wade's son. What is the business?
Yo, Sunday, I am not caring. Just like other people who listen to you and don't care. I don't care. Because nobody cares what I have to say, right?
Right, because it's Sunday.
Because it's Sunday.
That's my fun day. I don't have to run day.
You know what? That sounds like a Kanye rhyme.
Like a what?
A Kanye rhyme.
It's Prince, motherfucker. What you talking about?
But that sounds like Kanye.
That's Prince. Because that's my fun day. My I don't have to run day.
When do you say that?
Manic Monday? Just another Manic Monday?
Oh, okay.
I wish it was Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, of course, the Bangles, they released it. Yeah, but Prince wrote the song. And that was the song that he gave to the Bangles because he wanted to smash Susanna Hoffs.
Yeah.
So
It's weird that he would do things like that.
I think a lot of singers do that.
It's all about the sex. I don't care about the song or you.
Yeah, somebody hot, girl, that you want to get with or whatever. She claims she's a singer, you a big time star. Okay, I'll give you a song. Come on over to the house. We'll lay down some tracks. Next thing you know. So what?
It's just like, I will lay you down. But like, why don't you just go about it the right way? The way people are supposed to make dates, Instead of promising somebody music, be like, hey, let's go out, let's get to know each other or whatever.
Well, I'm pretty sure Prince was like, "Hey, Susanna, hey, I'm interested. I'd love to take you out to dinner and see what we can do with this thing." I'm sure she's probably like, "Yeah, okay." He's Prince.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But he didn't do it. So he didn't do that.
Prince was shy though. Prince talked through his music. He was shy.
I get that. But he's also famous. So like.
Well, I think nowadays, when famous people hook up or whatever, they don't even hook up. They have the publicist hook them up. It's more of a transaction. And if love blossoms from that transaction, all the better,
Yeah, love will blossom from that transaction. And then a year later, they get divorced. That's usually what happens.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to celebrity love, whatever, it's kind of like high school, They date and they break up, and then and then you date somebody else who, and then when you date the guy in your first period class, you break with him and date the guy from your second period class. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
But they always come out like, he's my soulmate. We're gonna be together forever. And then
to them, forever is 2 months. So
there's lots of forevers in your life.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, well, I'm speaking as a guy who's been married 3 times, so I've had 3 forevers in my life. So hey, I get it. All right. So, you're my forever for this moment.
For this moment,
yeah. Yeah. All right. That being said, we're digressing off the track. Okay. A website, Cleveland.com, which is, I don't know what Cleveland.com is. I don't know if it has anything to do with the city or if it's just the name of this particular site. I have no idea. Don't care. All I know is they released a list ranking the 50 greatest rappers since the year 2000, which is interesting. I saw this and I was like, okay, all right, let me check this out. Can I see what they got to say? So I looked through the list and everything, and so the folks over at Cleveland.com compiled this list, specifying to them who the 50 best rappers are since the year 2000. So we got a 21-year sample to refer to. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this list. We might not touch on all of them. We'll definitely touch on, say, the top 15. We'll discuss quite a few of these individuals on this list, and we're going to determine whether or not they are actually deserving to be ranked in the top 50 best rappers since the year 2000. What are your thoughts?
I feel like there's going to be a lot of vitriol coming out of this because Oh boy, I looked through a bit of this and it stirred up some anger. And I know it says up here at the top, our highly subjective list of the greatest rappers since 2000 is not a list of the best lyricist MCs of the era. It takes into account everything these artists have done in the 21st century, including record sales, impact, influence, body of work, and mic skills. Okay, so they give that disclaimer, but even with that disclaimer, you're starting off on the wrong foot. And this is, oh man, we got to talk about this.
Okay, all right, but answer this first of all. Okay, what is your criteria for to qualify as a great rapper? What are you looking for in a rapper?
I mean, mainly when I think about a truly great rapper, it is, first off, yes, their mic skills, but really, to drill down a little bit into that, their lyricism, their ability to make an actual enjoyable song, their beat choice, their personality, the sound of their voice, and ultimately making an entire body of work that's worth listening to. To me, that's great. That's a great MC. That's the greatest rapper of whatever. If I'm gonna make a list like this, which I don't think I can make that list. So this is, I don't know. They make this list of 50 since 2000. That's a pretty big undertaking. It's just destined to fail, I think.
Yeah, and the key word was subjective. When it comes to anything like this, when you're talking about lists and who's the best and all that kind of stuff, it's always going to be subjective. So it really depends on your criteria. To me, when it comes to hip hop, I mean everything starts and ends to me with lyricism. If if your lyricism ain't on point, it really I have no use for you, personally. Your beat choice is very important as well, very important. Um, and I think beat choice speaks towards your versatility. I don't want every song to sound the same. I want to see some. I want an artist who's not afraid to have a jazz hook or a pop hook, rock hook, boom bap. I mean to be diversified because I think if you can write a rhyme, then damn it, you should be able to, if you're a lyricist, then it shouldn't matter, what beat you're rocking with, because anything you should be able to put together, craft a song, that's going to feature, your skill set, and you got to have charisma, got to have it. I mean, and when it comes to music genres, I think in hip hop, having charisma, having that personality speaks volumes towards your ability to have longevity as an artist in the hip hop space. Plus, you got to have albums. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying mixtapes, albums, and it's got to be more than one or two songs that are hitting on that album. You know what I mean? Because nowadays it seems like a lot of hip hop artists are all about singles. I mean, but I like concept. I want concepts on top of the singles. You know what I mean? Every song don't have to be a lyrical craft. Every song don't have to get 5 mics. You know what I mean? But there's got to be a level of consistency in your body of work. So you can't release an album with 15 tracks and only 2 of them be good, which happens a lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my criteria. It begins and ends with lyricism.
Yeah.
So that being said, we're going to jump on this list. Like I said, we won't go through all 50, but we're going to touch on quite a few of them. We'll definitely do the top 15. And we'll just give a brief snapshot opinion on each one of these artists and whether or not they are truly deserving to be mentioned in the top 50 rappers since the year 2000. So, that being said, you got anything you want to say before I jump into this?
No, I'm ready to go.
All right, we'll start with number 50. Meek Mill. Of course, I think Meek's claim to fame. Of course, he got locked up, and everybody, grandma, advocated for his release. I think that, that's how I'm saying the layperson knows Meek Mill probably through his travails in the press and everything as far as what happened in his life. That has nothing to do with with his skill set or anything like that. I'm not a huge fan of his skill set. Um, um, I do like the song they did with Justin Timberlake. Believe it or not, I don't know why, but I listen to it a lot for whatever reason. I just like it. I just like it. Some of his key tracks that they highlight here are "I'm a Boss," "Dreams and Nightmares," "Amen," and "Burn." Um, I'm gonna say he does not deserve to be at number 50. He does not deserve to be on this list because his consistency I don't think is there. Go.
Yeah, so I've heard very little Meek Mill. I heard him when he first came out with Tupac Back. It's just amazing that his, as far as I know, that's his first single, and I was interested in it because I'm like, this guy has a lot of a lot of gall, I guess, to have your first single called Tupac Back, saying that you are Tupac, essentially the reincarnation of Tupac. And I don't love Tupac, but you got to be pretty big to say that. And suffice it to say, he didn't live up to that.
No.
Tupac ain't back. And I know he had some beef with Drake, and I listened to their back and forth. And I hate both of these guys. Drake, I can't stand him, and but I was somewhat interested in their little beef, and I listened to their back and forth, and it was not worth listening to. With that being said, I've never heard any of these songs, and I've never heard a Meek Mill album. That it's kind of hard for me to say he doesn't deserve to be here, but I'm gonna say it. He doesn't deserve to be here. No. Number 50 since 2000? No.
I agree. I think this is more of a testament. I think just his popularity and his affiliations like with Jay-Z and people like that may have people give a little bit more credibility.
And who was he married to or dating? It was somebody big.
One of them Kardashians or something, or one of those Jenner girls.
I don't think so. I don't know. I want to say Ariana Grande, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably somebody white. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. So Meek Mill out of here. All right, next up, number 49, Joe Buddha.
Budden.
I call him Joe Buddha. Yo, Joe Budden. I call him Joe Buddha.
They call him Joe Buttons a lot of time. Buttons. Like
plural?
Buttons. I don't know why.
Wasn't he with Def Jam? He was Def Jam, wasn't
he? Yeah, it was Def Jam when he first came out.
I never liked Joe Buddha, Buttons, whomever. I never liked him. He don't deserve to be on this list. So Joe Buddha, Putin. Get the fuck out of here. Go.
No, Vladimir doesn't deserve to be here. I heard him when he first came out. And what was the name? Let's just Pump It Up. It was his first song. And, that was something to listen to. It was all right, I guess. But that's all I know from him, and that's all that everybody seems to know from him. I'm pretty sure he was, dropped from his label after that. He's known now for being highly outspoken and controversial podcast host. And I know he's made a lot of money. He's been on TV shows and stuff, and he makes a lot of money from running his mouth and starting beef with other people. And I totally fell out with him when he started a beef with Inspector Deck. After that, I was totally done with him.
Oh, what was his beef with Deck? I'm not familiar with that. What happened?
Well, it wasn't so much Deck. It was Method Man, and everybody lit him up because he was like, when in a battle, I will cut that man's head off of his shoulders, is what he said.
Okay,
and
why?
Method Man was like, I'm not a battle rapper. But I don't know why this dude would start beef with me like that. And, you know, um,
But I mean, but if you got a beef,
to,
I mean, if you got a beef with Method Man, that gets your name in the papers. So that's probably why.
yeah, that was his deal. He wanted to start, he wanted to do like a diss track. Like he wanted to battle him on wax. And Meth didn't want to do that because he was like, I'm not a battle rapper. You know, if you think you can battle better than me, then maybe. But, you know, that's not me. But, you know, line for line, you can't do it. And that made everybody angry. Like, everybody went at Joe Budden on that. And Deck is the one who was like, I'll battle you. And he did. And he lit him up. So,
of course he did. He's Dak. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well,
let me ask you this. This very important question. And this is what I really want to know. And this is what we need to measure, the scale we need to measure each rapper on this list by. Is this rapper better than Tony M? Can he fuck with Tony M? That's what I want to know.
Well, Joe Budden is better than Tony M, yes. He is.
So on the Tony M scale,
he's better than Tony M.
Just checking.
I'm pretty sure everybody on this list is going to be better than Tony M. Sorry.
Look at this split, I get old shit. Wait a minute, it's been a while since I fucked with Tony M. So let me fuck with him for a minute. It's been a minute since I fucked with Tony M. So wow. Tony M, if you're out there listening, or if your daughter's out there listening, fuck both of y'all. So, I still hate you, Tony M. So.
You know, as I've said before, Tony M had a good voice, and that's the you know, that is part of my criteria of you know, being a great MC. He did have a good voice, so he actually gets some points from me.
You're just a pimpleton. I bust you like a pimple, son.
I'm not gonna hate on him like you do, but lyrically, yeah, he doesn't have it. So back to Joe Budden though. I totally fell off. Like, I lost all respect for him when he went at Method Man. So no, he doesn't deserve to be on this list.
Okay, I agree. But he is better than Tony M. So he's always you know, he can always put that on his resume. So yeah. Next up at number 48 is Schoolboy Q. Who? So hell no, he don't deserve to be on this list. I don't know who the fuck Schoolboy Q is. No, on the Tony M scale, no, he ain't even better than Tony M. So go.
Well, I know who he is, okay. And he is better than Tony M.
Okay.
He's all right. I've never really been a big fan of his, but he's all right. You know, he's down with Kendrick Lamar. I don't hate him. He's better than the other two on this list, and that's true. But I mean, I can see why he'd be here. I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah. He's all right.
Alrighty then. Okay, Schoolboy Q, if you're out there listening, why would you be listening? Next up at number 47, your friend and mine, 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz out of Atlanta. He lives like right down the street from me, I think. Yeah, I think he lives here in Peachtree City. They see him at the gym a lot. So I hadn't seen him at the gym, but they say he frequents. I know he went to school in this area, or I think over at East Point or College Park. But yeah, he's from this area or whatever. They ain't got nothing to do with his skill set. But I like some of his stuff, and he's a decent enough rapper. I guess since the year 2000 and beyond, you know, he's pretty prominent, you know, over the last 21 years. So yeah, I'm gonna say he's okay at 47, and he dwarfs anything Tony M ever thought about doing. So.
Well, you know, I don't know if you know or not, but 2 Chainz has been around since the early '90s. He's been around for a long time.
Yeah, but I think his most, you know, his most productive time has been in the 2000s and beyond. So I think that's why they kind of put him on his list.
Well, that's when he became 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
In the '90s, he was Titty Boy.
Who?
Titty Boy.
Who? Titty Boy.
Titty Boy.
Titty as in titties.
It was Tity.
I have no idea.
Weird way to spell it, but okay. But He's been around for a long time, and he's still kind of one thing I do like about 2 Chainz is that he still raps in kind of an old style. Like you can tell he's actually from a great era, and he you're right, he does dwarf everybody else who's been on the list before this, and Tony M. And I'm not the biggest fan of his music, but I don't hate him, and in fact, I like a lot of his verses. Like I like a lot of when he guests on people's songs, he's actually pretty good. Um, I, yeah, 47's all right for him. I can see why he's here, and I don't hate it. So there we go.
Right on. I agree. All right, next up at number 46, Mac Miller, the late Mac Miller. Now, this is the guy who was smashing Ariana Grande, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
So yeah, it was Meek Mill. Now, it wasn't Meek Mill, it was Mac Miller. So,
Meek Mill, though, I know he was with somebody. I just can't think of who it was.
Yeah, so it was probably one of them Kardashian or one of them Jenner people.
No, okay,
they fuck everybody,
maybe.
so.
Maybe Kendall Jenner or somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong. I think 9 times out of 10, if you throw one of their names out there, then chances are they've touched them. You know what I mean? So yeah. I mean, these Jenner and Kardashian people, boy. I mean, they sling ass just left and right. I mean, if you got a hit single or you can slam dunk, boy, it's on and popping. You gonna get a piece of that. I don't get.
Well, I think it's more about the.
What?
I think it's more about making trying to make a legacy with another popular person.
I mean, and these Jenner folks and Kardashian, they're like billionaires, man. I mean, they got a lot of money, so it ain't. I mean, you
not from talent.
Yeah, not from talent, but you got the loot now. I mean, you've built yourself into a corporation. You still got to sling ass. I mean, I don't get it.
Well, that's not necessarily what they're doing. They're trying to link up with another popular person so they'll be everywhere.
You're already everywhere. That's what I'm saying.
But trying to be like they're not in the realm of music because none of them can sing or rap, right?
I mean, it's like you're at the top of Mount Everest, then you're gonna try to get on a helicopter. Why? You're already at the top. You know what I mean, why do you need a helicopter? I mean,
because they want their names to even be in the world of music and actual entertainment. People who actually have some kind of semblance of talent.
Okay.
That's what. That's what I would say.
Okay. Mac Miller. I'm not a big fan of his output, and if you ain't got sense enough to stay alive, with all your talent and ability to reach your dreams, then no, you don't deserve to be on this list. So go.
I don't know about that. I mean, I know it was a drug overdose and all. Don't take drugs, but it's not like he killed himself. I mean, I don't know.
If you participate in behavior that results in your death, you did do it to yourself. Shit.
Yeah, you did it to yourself, but he wasn't like, you know what, I'm gonna die today. I don't know, but anyway, I actually have never heard Mac Miller before. I've never heard anything he's ever done. I've never even heard him rap ever.
You ain't missing much.
I mean, I understand he was supposed to be like actually good. I don't know. I'm not the kind of person who just checks dudes out because people say that they're good. Because usually in the mainstream that doesn't mean much. But, he's actually supposed to be kind of good.
Well, if you're white and you're a rapper, then you have a ceiling anyway. Even though mainstream media, and the public in general, if you're white, you have no ceiling because you're white, and you're gonna get more credit than you deserve. But when it comes to hip hop aficionados, if you're white, I mean, yeah, you have a ceiling, and he hit his ceiling a long time ago. So.
Well, I wouldn't really know. Honestly, I can't say if he deserves to be on the list or not. I've never heard a word out of his mouth.
He didn't. Like I said, I can't roll with anybody that got sense enough to stay alive, especially when you got all those opportunities ahead of you. So.
Okay.
All right. That being said,
I just don't like that because you think about like one of the greatest songwriters and performers ever, just Kurt Cobain. He killed himself, but it's kind of hard to say if he didn't have to stay alive, he didn't deserve to be on the list. Sorry, Kurt Cobain is a legend. To this day, I miss him as far as his music goes. So I can't really get with that.
Ain't nobody made you put that gun in your mouth and pull the trigger. That's a
That-
choice that you made for whatever
That's
reason.
true. That's true, but
Okay.
I mean,
Seek
yeah.
help.
but it's just like, again, he deserves to be on all kinds of lists. I just can't. I can't get with that sentiment.
Okay, each his own. Once again, speaking of wasted opportunities, next up, number 45 is Da Baby. I've never heard a song by Da Baby, but I know everything that's going on in his life right now in regards to his homophobia and him missing out on a lot of opportunities, and cancel culture has gotten a grip on this motherfucker. And they ain't gonna let him go. So he did all this shit to himself, and his defiance, in the face of his idiocy, kind of sealed his fate. So whatever momentum he had during the 2000s or whatever to get him on this list is gone forever. Because once again, you're talking about tying an albatross around somebody's neck. This is it. So hell no, he don't deserve, because of his ignorance factor, he don't deserve to be on this damn list. I've never heard anything from him anyway, and I'd never cared to, because just the ignorance in his statements is enough for me to not want to fool with him. So I'm gonna say hell no, he'll be on this list. And Tony M is better than him. So.
Yeah, I've heard some stuff from him, and Tony M is better than him. And I'm just like, why in the world would you want to call yourself Da Baby? You're a grown man calling Da Baby. Come on now. Da Baby.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. And then, because you hate Lil Nas X, you're going to jump on stage and talk like gay people? Come on, man. Well, what's wrong with you? No, it doesn't deserve to be on this list. Other than the fact that he sucks as a person as well.
Yeah.
So, leave. Sorry. You don't deserve to be on this list.
No, it does not. And by the way, Lil Nas X, I like that. I really like that song, the video where he's naked with the guys in the prison, whatever. I forget the name of the song, but I really like that. I really like
Industry
that song.
Baby.
What is it called?
Industry Baby.
Yeah, I like that song. I like it a lot.
I actually have never heard it.
It's really good.
I didn't hear the one with the devil and all that.
I haven't heard that one, but I listened to the one where he's with the gay guys, whatever. The song is great. So.
I'm going to give him a chance. I don't, because that Old Town Road really wasn't that bad. So I haven't really listened to him, but I don't hate him.
No, Old Town Road's not bad at all. I mean, it was an earworm. Obviously, once white America grabbed a hold of it, you're like, oh fuck, here we go again. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with that song at all.
Just props to him for giving Trent Reznor his first Grammy. So there you go.
Yeah.
Like his first country Grammy.
No doubt. And Lil Nas X should be on the list. I don't think he's on this list, but he definitely should be on this list. Next up, we're gonna skip ahead to number 43, Childish Gambino.
Wait. No, man, we gotta do 44. We gotta do 44, especially since you're going to number 43. We gotta do these two.
Okay, so number 44 is LP. Who? That's why I skip. I don't know who this motherfucker is. Let me skip over.
Oh.
So, who is LP?
LP is a fantastic MC. He's been around for a very long time too, and I don't know if I guess if you listen to a lot of underground stuff, you would have known him like in the past, because he's the founder of Death Juxtaposition Records, which doesn't exist anymore. But they that was an underground hip hop label that put out a lot of great MCs, and he's just a great MC on his own. But now he's known for being in Run the Jewels with Killer Mike, which is also one of the best rap groups to be out in ages. I love Run the Jewels. So LP is a fantastic MC, and for him to be at number 4 is a travesty.
44.
Huh?
You said 4. No, you said 44. It should be 44.
44.
Yeah. For
him to be 44 here is a travesty. He needs to be much higher than this.
So I guess he's better than Tony M.
Yes, he's better than Tony M. He's better than everybody on this list so far.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So, yeah, if you haven't listened to him, you need to. Listen to Run the Jewels at least. Come on now.
I would definitely do that. I would do that tonight, since you're so vociferous in your praise for LP. So I will.
He's actually, you know, you talk about white rappers. He's one of the best white rappers in history.
That's a bold statement. Okay. I'm taking your word for it, so I'm gonna give him a listen. And if he sucks, damn it, I'm definitely gonna let everybody know.
He does not suck. He does not suck.
All right, taking your word for it. Like I said, I'll definitely do that. All right. Next up, like I said, number 43, Childish Gambino. Yes, he deserved to be on this list because of the versatility of the artist himself. Donald Glover is one of the most talented black guys out there in the entertainment industry today, and I'm a big fan of anything that he does. So I love his versatility. So yeah, he deserved to be on the list. Go.
I would say he deserves to be on the list for the reasons that you said, but I don't like Childish Gambino. I do not. I don't like him as a singer, and I don't like him as a rapper.
Stay woke. Niggas creeping.
I don't like him. I never have. And before he got popular, you know, I didn't like him. I just thought he was whack. You know, he's self-serious, but not really, because he's jokey in his raps. But I didn't like him. I never liked him. And I've seen him live, and I didn't like him live. So, I mean, he's a talented guy, and he's hard working. He does a lot of stuff, and he's funny, and you know, of course, you know, he's a comedian and all, an actor, but he's a much better actor than he is a rapper, I'd say.
He was the best thing about Han Solo, the Solo film.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that was a terrible movie, in my opinion.
It wasn't a terrible movie, but he was the best thing about it. It wasn't a terrible movie at all. But
I didn't like it.
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. You don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't terrible.
I thought it was terrible.
No, it wasn't terrible. Ron Howard is incapable of making a bad film.
I don't care. Okay? I hated it. I thought it was terrible. I thought it was a pointless movie that didn't need to be made. I thought it was terrible. And it squandered an opportunity.
It was not terrible.
It was terrible. Okay, so anyway, if you want to talk about a good Star Wars movie, a good modern Star Wars movie, that's Rogue One. Solo was not it.
Solo was not terrible.
Anyway, okay. Anyway, Childish Gambino, he deserves to be on the list, probably here at 43, but ahead of LP, no. Sorry. In terms of success, yes, I guess, but in terms of actual, like, quality, no. That's what I have to say about it.
Well, this is what I have to say about Childish Gambino. The first time I heard Redbone, I thought it was Prince. Need I say more?
Okay.
I absolutely thought that was Prince.
All right.
And it coming from me, that's a very bold statement.
I mean, that is, yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people compared that song to Prince, but when I heard it, I didn't think it was Prince. I mean,
it absolutely sounded like something Prince would do.
Maybe because I knew it was Childish Gambino, but, you know, like before I listened to it. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if I would equate it to Prince or like
I thought it was Prince, you know, obviously, you know, in that high pitched falsetto, manipulating his voice a little bit. I was like, what? I never heard a Prince song before. Yeah, I thought that was him.
So. The only thing that I'll say, he's very creative, and I'll give him lots of props for "This Is America." It's a decent song and a great video. So,
yeah.
Props for that. But I'm just not a fan. But I certainly do respect him.
All right, enough about that nigga. Number 42, A$AP Rocky. I'm trying to figure out what I've heard from him, but I don't know what I've heard from him, so I'm gonna say he does not deserve to be on this list because I can't distinguish him. Go.
When he first came out, I thought he was pretty good MC. I thought he was pretty promising. Like in the I guess the freshman class of that year, whatever year that was, 2010 or something like that. He had a song called Peso, which I thought was pretty cool. And he actually did some tracks, or at least one track later, with Method Man, and that was pretty cool. So I thought he was pretty promising at that point. Do I think he can rap? Yeah, he can rap. But I don't like him ever since he got popular. which was with his debut album, um, uh, he seemed to go in a different direction, and I don't like the direction he went in. Is he a good rapper? Yeah, he is. Does he deserve to be on the list? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I guess so. Again, not ahead of LP, but on this list at 42 sounds all right. They just have LP in the wrong place.
All right, man. Get off of LP's nutsack, all right?
I can't because...
You surfing like a motherfucker, man, right now. So
I'm saying this because, like, let's say this was Method Man at number 44. If this was Method Man at 44, and then you have those other guys ahead of him, you will be jumping on you know, anger like I am too. Like, it's just not... It's wrong.
Hey, I ain't shitting on LP just yet because I ain't heard him yet, man. But I'm saying, man, but you ride them nuts kind of close. I'm just saying.
But see,
I'm just saying. You playing them close. You playing them a little bit too close for me. All right.
Do you like Killer Mike?
Yeah, I'm straight with Killer Mike. I ain't mad at him. So.
All right. So again, listen to Run the Jewels, okay?
I am. I promise you, I'm gonna listen to it tonight. I promise you that. Okay.
All right.
I'm just saying. Oh, by the way, speaking of
4 albums and they're all fantastic.
By the way, speaking of promises and everything, did you ever listen to Skyscrapers?
Yeah.
And you never told me what you thought about it.
You want my opinion?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay,
you didn't like
it? No.
Oh man.
Because I was trying to figure out what you liked so much about it, and I figured it was just Bono's.
Bono's hook is magnificent, man. I love Bono's hook.
Because, but you know, that's the whole song. Because DMX's verses are sloppy, and they don't fit with the rest of the song. They cut off in a place where they don't segue into the chorus. You can tell that this was a mashed together song.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. You know, the fact that his delivery on that track is not very good. So
I like it.
You like the song not based on what he's saying. You like the song based on the fact that Bono's hook is decent. That's what you
Bono's hook is magnificent.
So
it ain't decent, man. It's magnificent, and it saves the song.
I think it's decent, and I didn't give you my opinion of that actual album, so I'm going to tell you right now. Exodus, I think, was mediocre. You can tell it was a
nigga dead, man. Of course, it's unfinished, man. So
yeah. If he was still alive, though, it probably still would have been mediocre because it doesn't hit the high notes of DMX's career.
I think they did what they could with what they had, man.
But you said that it's like Under is Dark and Hell is Hot, and it's not. It's just you know, it starts off pretty good, but it goes in the same direction on every track where it has a good beat and some good verses from some guests at the beginning, and DMX closed out the song with a sloppy verse.
Nigga, I liked it, okay?
Every song is like that, and I think the whole thing was mediocre. For a snap together compilation that they did, you know, I give them props for it. But as far as it goes as a purely good hip hop album, it was mediocre. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
I liked it. All right, next up, number 41 is the late, great Bun B. From UGK. We talked about Bun B's briefly on our previous show. And yeah, Bun B, he definitely deserves to be on this list. And I mistakenly attributed Pimp C's death to Bun B's death. So Bun B is still here with us. And Pimp C is gone, but yeah, Bun B definitely deserves to be on this list at number 41 because he got that red jelly running out your belly. Go.
Yeah, Bun B's pretty cool. He is definitely a lyricist, and I'm really surprised he's actually on this list because UGK, you know, underground kings, they're still underground for the most part. So it's interesting that they got him here. Yeah, better than everybody before this. So absolutely deserves to be on this list.
Right on. Okay, skipping ahead a couple spots. Number 39, Q-Tip. Who? Now this is kind of amazing. How you gonna put Q-Tip, one of the legends? You might well put LL Cool J on the list too. What's the cutoff? I mean, come on. Yeah, of course, Q-Tip is he's on the Mount Rushmore of hip hop gods, so he don't need to be on this list, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is see Cleveland.com. You're losing credibility. How you gonna put Q-Tip on this list? Okay, where's Reverend Run? Where's LL Cool J? Where's Big Daddy Kane at? Huh? Schoolie D. I mean, no, he does not deserve to be on this list. No. So I get it. They could obviously, his solo albums that were released in the 2000s, and obviously his output, has been up to his quality, of course. So, but still, you can't, because Tribe was hitting back in the late 80s, early 90s. I mean, shit. I mean, that's like putting together a list of the greatest singers, since 2000. You know what I'm saying? And putting Frank Sinatra on the fucking list. The fuck?
Well, Frank Sinatra's been dead for many years.
You know what I'm saying? Frank Sinatra say his last album was in 2000. So you gonna put him on the list of greatest singers since 2000? I mean, come on. There's got to be a quantification. You know what I mean? You can't put legends on this damn list. It's not fair to the other artists on this list for one. You know what I mean? Plus, how you gonna put him at 39? So if you gonna put Tip on you gonna put Tip on this goddamn list, and you gonna put him at 39? The fuck?
Slightly ahead of Bun B.
Yeah, exactly. Slightly ahead of some dead nigga. Almost dead nigga. Some resurrected motherfucking shit.
God came back from the dead on the seventh day, third day.
I'm saying, man. Why ain't Tupac on this list? Damn it.
He probably is.
Shit. They still releasing Tupac shit, so he might well be on this list.
Yeah, he might be a number one.
Biggie Smalls. Yeah. Easy E.
They actually have a posthumous Biggie album in the 2000s, so he might be here.
That's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous, man. So, what are your thoughts?
I agree. I know why he's here, because they're listing, his solo albums and the last Tribe album, and on those, on the strength of that, if you wanted to do this, they're right, because Come On Abstract is all right, but the Renaissance is fantastic, and so is We Got It From Here. Absolutely, like the amazing cap on Tribe's career. Yes. So, yeah, if you wanted to...
Well, for that matter, since We the People was released, in 2017, 2016 or whatever, okay, why ain't Phife on this motherfucking list? See what I'm saying?
Good question.
See what I'm saying?
Good question.
Yeah.
You got that right.
Yeah.
And Phife actually had a solo album in 2003. So he should be on his list, shouldn't he?
Yeah, he should.
But he's not. So with that being said, he shouldn't be on this list, and certainly not at 39. I'm going to give Q-Tip props just because he is definitely one of the gods. And his output in the 2000s has been godly. But on this list, at all, no. And at 39, you're out of your mind.
Exactly. So, they go somewhere with that. They really do. Really do. I mean, you don't put Michael Jordan on the list of greatest basketball players since 2000. You don't.
No, did he play basketball in the 2000s?
I think his last year was 2000.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, but you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't. So, Cleveland.com, you're losing credibility.
Well,
all right.
They lost credibility a long time ago.
But now they're really losing it.
When they put the baby up there, yeah.
Yeah, the baby. All right. All right, next up at number 38 is Royce the 5'9". He definitely deserves to be on this list. Royce out of Detroit. He's the best rapper to ever come out of Detroit. Yes, I said it. Okay? Yes, I said it. I love Royce the 5'9". This dude, lyrical skills is top level. And if you never heard the song Gun Harmonizing, why haven't you heard Gun Harmonizing? I adore Gun Harmonizing. Royce, he should be higher on this list. Much higher on this list. Go.
All right. So, You're riding Royce's nuts on
Yeah,
this.
yeah. I'm riding him like you riding on LPs. Okay.
I like Royce 5'9". I think he is a masterful MC. Um,
The best
I
rapper out of Detroit.
I'm trying to think of who is from Detroit. I mean,
The best rapper out of Detroit. You know who came from motherfucking Detroit. He's the best rapper that came out of Detroit.
other than Eminem, I'm trying to think who else. Uh, I don't know. Is he better than Eminem? Yes.
Marv One, Quest McCody.
Okay, he's better than them too. Yes.
Yeah.
Because those are battle rappers who don't make songs. So
Marv One, he makes songs. You know.
Yeah, but they don't. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, who knows Marv One though?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Um. But anyway, Royce 5'9". Yeah, he's a great MC, but I have some qualms with him though. You know, when I gave my criteria about what makes a great MC, one thing that Royce actually lacks is the ability to make a good album. I don't think he makes good albums so much. His albums are so-so in my opinion. He's a great MC who doesn't, his beat choice is not on point, and he doesn't really carry his own songs that well. I don't think he really has any, he doesn't have a classic under his belt yet.
Motherfucker, I guess you ain't never heard Gun Harmonizing. You tell me he ain't got a classic under his belt. Fuck, man.
His albums I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
He does not have a classic album under his belt yet.
Okay.
Has he done some good songs? Yes. But he hasn't made an actual good album yet.
Independence Day was not bad.
Even I didn't say he made a bad album, but he's not made any really wonderful albums. Even the two Prime albums he did with
Oh yeah, Prodigy. Prodigy is out of Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but of course Royce is better than Prodigy. So, what I'm saying is, even the two Prime albums he did with DJ Premier weren't, wonderful albums, I think. So those are the things that I have against him. But as far as being just a great rapper, yeah. Does he deserve to be on the list? Yes. But, I think 38 is about right for him, quite honestly.
I disagree. All right. Next up, number 37 is Chance the Rapper. Who?
May as well say who.
You know what? I've never heard a song by Chance the Rapper. I know he's popular, he's famous, and he does a lot of stuff, and he's always in the media or whatever, but I've never heard any of his songs. So, I can't even speak on it. So, who? Go.
I think that Chance the Rapper is a case of somebody who he had the possibility of being great and he never lived up to it. When he first came out, I thought he was okay, except I don't like his voice. I've never liked his voice. That's another demerit, when I talk about the qualities that an MC should have. He might have good lyrics and skills, but his voice is annoying as crap. I do not like his voice. And I don't think I've ever liked a song that he's made. He does some good verses with people, but I don't think I like any of his songs. And he got popular off of doing guest verses and mixtapes. And then he came out with a debut album and it sucked. I've never heard it, but everybody was like, this is a terrible album. And now he's not popular anymore, so that's very sad. No, he doesn't deserve to be on this list. I think I think people hype him up way too much. He lyrically, I think he's okay, but his voice I can't do it.
Okay. I really can't quantify that, so okay, I'll roll with you on that one. But next up, number 36, your dude, MF Doom, at number 36. I think this is kind of low on the list. I think it should be higher on the list. Of course, he's not mainstream at all. Who was that mess man, by the way? Yeah, he's not mainstream at all. I think a lot of folks might not even be familiar with MF Doom. But yeah, he definitely Deserves to be higher on the list. Obviously, commercially, he never had a huge commercial hit, so I'm sure that kind of factors in to his standing as well. So I'm glad that he's on the list, but he should be higher up. Go.
Yeah, everybody knows how I feel about this guy. So, of course, I think this is just nonsense. 36. Nonsense. Like, really? But, I mean, if you're talking about commercial standing, you're right. He never actually hit the mainstream with like a hit. Like, he never... You're right. Most people don't know who he is. When he died, people are like, who is he? You know? I try to talk to people about him and, like, I don't know who he is. So that's very sad. Because lyrically, this dude is number one. Or this close to it. I can wax poetic about him forever. And I just think for him to be here, it seems like they're just basing it on his commercial standing. Because, no, he wasn't commercial at all. Closest thing to it was Mouse and the Mask with Danger Mouse, because that was an album released by Adult Swim. And, you know, that was modest as far as popularity goes. You got geeks talking about him because they knew about him about that, but like, other than that, no, he never really touched mainstream. But you can't really base his list on commercial standing. If this person who made this list is really like a hip hop fan, they would have put him much higher than this. So this is nonsense. He deserves to be on the list, but not at 36. I can understand why somebody would not put him like in the top 5, I guess. But that's where he deserves to be, in my opinion.
Right on. I agree. I agree. He's definitely low on the list. I agree with everything you said. But you're right. You're absolutely right. So, which makes the next artist, I'm going to skip ahead a couple of spots. Big Sean, number 34. What's he doing ahead of MF Doom? I don't know. But Big Sean, I mean, he's been around for a minute, and he was another one of those rappers who got into Ariana Grande's draws, so that's something. So he got to smack that. And of course, he had the song that everybody kind of remembers, "I Don't Fuck With You." So,
even you mention it all the time.
You little stupid ass bitch. Hey, it's a catchy tune. What can I say? Some songs just kind of hit you in the right spot. That song hit me in the right spot. But I'm not a big fan of Big Sean. But I gotta respect the dude once again who had the ability to get into Ariana Grande's panties. But he don't deserve to be on this list at all. Go.
Ariana Grande looks like a child to me, even though she's like a full-fledged adult. She looks like a child. So it's just like, I don't know how anybody can be attracted to her.
Maybe because she's good looking. I don't know. She's fine. She got money. She's famous. I mean,
she looks like a child. Like, if you're an adult and you're attracted to her.
But everybody knows she's grown. Whether she look like a child or not, everybody knows she's grown. So.
I'm sorry. I'm usually not attracted to people who look like children. I don't care how old you are. But
all right.
But anyway, this is not about her. She doesn't rap, as far as I know. Big Sean sucks. So that's what I have to say about him. I think he has way too much. One thing he does have is charisma, but not like a likable charisma. He's like, it's more like ego. He has a lot of bravado. He really projects himself as somebody bigger than he is. I really think Kanye really gassed him up a bit, made him feel like he was one of the top MCs.
Man, every MC says they're the best ever, man. It's part of being an MC.
I'm not talking about him actually saying it. He acts like it too.
What he's supposed to.
He acts like in his performance and in his personal, his public image. And I guess that's what you're supposed to do, but I don't like it. So, with that, I know he doesn't deserve to be on this list. And being ahead of Doom is... The writer has lost all credibility.
He's a backpacker, man. So.
And he's not even that. I don't know what he is. Backpackers wouldn't put the baby on the list.
No. All right, next up, man, number 33. Snoop Dogg.
Who?
the fuck? Why? Okay, you go put it. Okay, Q-Tip and Snoop Dogg on this list, man. No rhyme or reason, man. No, don't make no sense whatsoever, man. And you gonna put Snoop at 33. Just go.
Slightly ahead of Big Sean.
Yeah, by a skosh. Yeah.
I mean, okay. Snoop Dogg is a legend, and yeah, he had a lot of output in the 2000s. I get that. This is somebody who's been around since the very early 90s.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, man.
And in the 90s, he had his biggest hits. So, man, I'm not really getting this.
I'm not either.
Also, I'll say this. He ain't better than Doom. So, I mean, and he's not better than Q-Tip. So, backpacker, whoever you are, no credibility.
Now, here's a Jimmy joke about your mama that you might not like.
I mean, is the man a legend? Yes. Is he a great MC? Yes. And in this day and age, it seems like he doesn't try too hard anymore. He's more of a personality than he is anything. But I still love Snoop Dogg. So, I mean, I can't...
Hey, you got to respect any dude who has the ability to say, tick-tock, not with a Glock, just some nuts and a cock.
Well, yeah. I mean...
Robbing motherfuckers and I kill you blood clots. Come on now. Come on.
Creep through I step through the fog and I creep through the smog because I'm Snoop Doggy.
Dog.
I mean, legend.
Yeah.
Legend. But...
Roll the dank and pour the drink and watch the stank. Why? Because Doggy's on the game. Go ahead.
He's legendary, but this is the wrong place for him, and he probably shouldn't be on this list because of his legendary status.
Exactly.
But again, he's not better than Doom. He's not better than Q-Tip. No, he shouldn't be number 33 on this list if he's going to be on here at all.
Agreed. All right. Next up, let's skip ahead to number 31. There's your dude, LP's cohort, Killer Mike.
Oh, we're on 31.
Yeah. I'm okay with Killer Mike coming in at 31. You know, ahead of LP. Go.
He's way ahead of LP. You know, I go back and forth with them. They have such great charisma, and, you know, they're really good friends, and that's one of the most endearing things about Run the Jewels, in my opinion, is the fact that they're such good friends, and you can tell. They go back and forth lyrically. On some tracks, I'm like, oh man, Mike killed it. And then on the next track, I'm like, oh, LP killed it. I do. I love both of them. I like Killer Mike for a long time, and he's just gotten better as time has passed. Number 31 is pretty low for him, but he deserves to be on this list. The one thing I have to say about Killer Mike is that he's never actually had, like, as far as I know, he's never really had a hit song by himself.
Well, I think Killer Mike, he gets a whole lot more credibility because of his activism. I mean, and his advocacy for, and I think he's probably the one rapper out there that if he ran for public office, he'd probably win.
Probably win.
He'll be a viable candidate, for governor of Georgia or something like that if he really wanted to go that route. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'd vote for him.
I would too. I definitely would. I'm surprised he ain't run for mayor yet. I think he would win mayor in a landslide since Keisha, stepped aside. So.
I wouldn't be surprised if he decided to do it.
I mean, if Mike, if you're out there listening, man, do it, son. You would definitely win. I don't think it'd be close. I think he'd be like Derek Mack up in his mug. So.
First Brian Kemp, though, I don't know.
I think if Killer Mike ran for governor or for mayor, he would win in a landslide.
Yeah, mayor, because for one thing, Atlanta is black, and has had more black mayors than anybody, I think. He probably has a big chance, like a massive chance of winning mayor.
He would win Atlanta, no doubt. I mean, it wouldn't even be close if he ran for mayor. I'm serious. Yeah. It would not be close.
Yeah. So he should do it. I don't know if he wants to do it, but he should.
Yeah. T.I. could run for before the controversy. T.I. could have ran for mayor and probably
He
won.
could have.
So, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think. I probably wouldn't vote
Rick
for him.
Ross, if he wanted to run, he probably could win. There's a couple guys out there that yeah.
So I think T.I. and Rick Ross would be winning on their name only, not because they can do the job. I don't know about
Well,
that.
T.I., even though for all his failings, maybe as a person, but T.I., when it comes to activism and social consciousness, man, he's really kind of made a name for himself.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if he could truly run a city. I don't know if he can do that. I feel very confident about Killer Mike.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can run the city.
Yeah.
Rick Ross, no. Sorry, can't do that.
Hey, if he can run Wingstop, then damn, he can run the city.
And Side Stop now, man. He's doing Side Stop
Yeah,
now.
that's what I'm saying, man. Dude selling thighs, man. Come on, man. You gotta respect any nigga who can roll, who can sell thighs.
I was so amazed when I saw Thigh Stop.
He's like, I got thighs now, motherfucker. He's like, shit.
Thighs? You gonna do
Backs and necks too.
Breast Stop.
Yeah.
That's what it sound like
Rick Ross's backs and necks. Gizzard stop. Shit.
Stop. That's what I'm gonna do next.
Yeah. He gonna slice that whole chicken up, man. Just sell it.
He sell pieces of chicken individually in different stores.
Exactly.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
He should stick to that as like a restaurant guru.
Hey mom, I'm at Gizzard Stop. You want a 5-piece?
I'll be at Gizzard Stop in a minute.
You would? You like
I
gizzards?
certainly love gizzards. I would be at Gizzard Stop every day.
Gizzard, it's kind of hard to find gizzards up here, man, in Peachtree City. You don't see them too often.
It's hard to find gizzards in general.
Oh, really?
Especially cooked. Like, you want to buy them from the store. You can find them.
I cook them myself. When I can find them, I cook them myself. But you ain't gonna find them at Kroger. I ain't never seen gizzards at Kroger.
Yeah.
Or Publix.
Because
But you can find them at Food Depot.
Yeah. Wherever black people don't shop that much is where you will not find them.
Yeah.
And if you want to find them cooked, you got to go to like Old Times Buffet. Or like there's some gas stations like on the side of the road, like you
yeah, like with some boiled peanuts.
yeah. But hey, I actually do go to these gas stations sometimes and get
hey, you can get the combo, man. You can get a watermelon, some boiled peanuts, and some gizzards.
and I'm okay with that. So Rick Ross, if you're listening, do a gizzard stuff.
Okay, so we're digressing. So
yeah.
What do you got to do with Killer Mike?
Killer Mike deserves to be on the list for sure, but I think 31 is pretty low for him.
All right, moving along. We're gonna skip down to number 29. Common. Who? Oh, fuck. Here we go again, man. Common been around forever. You know what I mean?
Forever.
Ever and ever. He's more of an actor now than an artist. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
He got dude got an Oscar. Come on, what the fuck? So now he don't deserve to be on this list. He need to be on this. He on the same list with Q-Tip and Snoop. So no, go.
I think he's on the list, but he's pretty low compared to them. He's a great MC, but as far as somebody who makes good songs and albums, he doesn't really do it for me. But he's a lyricist, and
Yeah, he's definitely a lyricist. Yeah.
I really, really respect him. I don't think he makes.
I mean, he's definitely hip hop royalty, so he don't need to be on this list. That's the point.
Yeah.
So he's a made man in this game. So.
But I guess that they're like, well, 2000s is where he got popular.
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, kinda. Well,
One Day It All Makes Sense came out in the 90s, which is a great album. Okay.
Yeah, but his actual mainstream popularity did come in 2000.
Yeah, mainstream. Yeah, I get it. Mainstream. Yeah. But I mean, he had already solidified his position well before the 2000s. In the hip hop community.
He came out in like 92 or whatever that was.
Yeah, I'm saying. I mean, his swag was rock solid.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
What he does now, as far as his songs, though, he comes out with like a massive boom bap banger, makes me listen to the album. I'm like, you made an R&B album with one purely hip hop song on it. Why'd you do this to me?
Yeah, but
I hate that.
all right, man. Next up, let's go to number 28, Jadakis at number 28. Jada has had a bit of, I guess, a renaissance over the last, few months, or whatever, because of his performance on Versus or whatever. But Jadakis has been around for a minute. I mean, so yeah, I'm okay with him being on this list at number 28. Go.
I'm okay with him being here on this list at 28. I respect him. He's one of the better people out of the Locks. I prefer Styles P, but Jadakis is all right. He's okay. He has that raspy voice though that I don't really like too much. Kind of gets on my nerves. But other than that, I don't hate him. I'm okay with him being right here.
Right on. All right, we're gonna move down a little bit to number 26. Your friend and mine, Mr. Fire Festival himself, Ja Rule. Clap back. We gonna clap back. Stick on the wall, nigga. Ja Rule at number 26. No, he don't deserve to be number 26. Plus, Ja Rule, I mean, he was doing this shit way back in the 90s. So, but nah. But even, he don't need to be on this list. No.
No. The only thing that I can even attribute to Ja Rule as being even moderately decent is Grand Finale. He was on Grand Finale, right?
Was he?
Not Grand Finale. He was on Grand Finale, wasn't he?
I don't think so.
That was
DMX. DMX was on Grand Finale.
DMX, Nas, and
When I Plug Holes with the Snub Nose. Nah, I don't think Ja Rule was on
You
that.
sure? I'm pretty sure Ja Rule did the hook on that track. I'm looking that up. I'm pretty sure he was on that.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Was he?
He did. Yeah, he did. He did the. I don't know if he had a verse, but I know he did the hook on Grand Finale.
Okay, but still, he don't deserve to be on this list.
He didn't deserve to be on this list.
No.
I was mentioning that as the best thing he's ever done.
Mm-hmm.
He sucks. He's always sucked. Mr. Fire Festival. No, he doesn't deserve to be on this list.
Right on. All right, moving right along. It's like, man, every couple artists, you'll have somebody on here who don't deserve to be on the list who's a legend. Big Boy at 24. Come on now. Come on. Outkast came back in the early 90s. I mean, I think Outkast came out like 91, 92.
91.
Yeah. I mean, he had 9 years in the game before. Come on, man. No, he don't deserve to be on this list. He's a legend. Fuck y'all. Go.
Oh boy, I guess they're like, well, he came out with his first solo album in 2010, and that album is masterful. It really is a great album. But this is Big Boy. Come on now. Of course he's great. Of course he deserves to be on any list you make. Any list. I don't care what it is. 24, if he's going to be on a list like this, is low. Way too low. No, this is not the list for him. I mean, does he deserve to be on it if you're going to make a list? Yeah. But he's one of these legends who just go way too far. Like you.
Well, you know what this means, right?
Huh?
You know what this means, right?
What?
That means that 3 Stacks is gonna be on this list too.
Except he's never had a solo album. He's never had even a solo song. So
what?
It looks like that's the criteria they're going with. Somebody who's had like solo hits by themselves when he never has. So unless you count Love Below.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think that was a double album. It was an Outkast record, but it was solo albums. Yeah, but it was solo albums though.
But
they guested on each other's stuff, but it was a solo album.
But I mean, with that being said, Speaker Box is fantastic. So why isn't that listed up here as Big Boys? So I don't know.
I don't know.
He better not be here. Anyway, Big Boy deserves to be on the list because he's one of the guys, but doesn't deserve to be on this list because he's one of the guys. Come on.
All right, I agree. All right, we're going to jump ahead to number 20. Gucci Mane at number 20. Of course, Gucci been around for a minute as well, but I think his most prominent stuff has been through the 2000s. That's a little high on the list for him, but yeah, he does deserve to be on his list. So I'm okay with this one. Go.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Gucci Mane.
Yeah. So icy, man. Come on now. Yeah.
Okay.
Gucci deserves to be on his list, man. Maybe not at number 20, but yeah, he deserves to be on the list. Yeah.
Not in terms of quality. Not in terms of quality. In terms of actually having hits and being influential, yeah. But, I mean, I don't like him. This track, Pills, that's just about the only thing I've ever heard from him that I kind of like. I really, one thing I don't like about Gucci Mane is that he mumbles. He is like the beginning of mumble rap. And he mumbles so much that it's like he has something in his mouth, like cotton or something.
like a Dexter's Midnight Runners, like he got food in his mouth.
The black, whatever his name was. I'm gonna call him Dexy. That's not his name. I'm gonna call him that.
Kevin Rowland.
Kevin Rowland. That's right. Yeah.
Is Gucci Mane Irish? Is he Irish?
He might be. He's from Georgia, but we'll call him black
He's
Irish.
from Dublin, so yeah, he's Irish, man.
That's right. So, forget it. Yeah, he deserves to be on the list. How about that?
Right on, man. Right on. All right, we're going to bounce a couple more spots. Number 18, Black Thought, lead rapper of The Roots. Let's see here. He hasn't done a solo record, has he? Everything's been with The Roots, right?
He's had two solo albums recently, yeah.
Okay. Well, obviously, he definitely deserves to be on the list. Now, I'm okay with him being at number 18 because he is an MC lyricist of the highest order. So, yeah, I'm okay with that.
But are you okay with being one of them of the 2000s?
No, I think he falls in that same, he don't need to be on his list because his body of work, started way before 2000. So, he made his bones way before 2000. So, no, he don't need to be on his list.
I have problems with that in general because, again, one of the gods.
Yeah.
You'd be hard pressed to find somebody who doesn't think Black Thought is one of the best MCs of all time. Like,
Agree.
So, with that being said, it should not be on this list. But if you don't have him on the list, he needs to be higher than this.
Agreed. All right. Next up, number 17. Face. Who? How you, man? Once again, man. Like I said, every couple of slots, man, they just pulling shit out their ass, man. Face number 17. Come on now. Even if Face was the 2000 rapper, he's definitely top 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And having him at number 17, on this list is ridiculous. Plus, once again, Wu-Tang been around since the 90s, and they definitely made their bones in the 90s. You know what I mean? They're definitely made men. So, no, he don't deserve to be on this list. And fuck you, Cleveland.com. Go.
Yeah, they've lost their credibility like 10 times over at this point.
Yeah.
So you can say, well, Ghostface didn't get popular until Supreme Clientele. That's arguable.
Well, so Supreme Clientele came out in the 90s.
It came out in 2000.
It was 2000?
Yeah,
you sure?
2000. Yeah, because it came out my first semester in college, and
I thought it was before then.
No, I didn't have the money to get it when it came out. I remember. So I totally remember 2000. That was when it came out. So that's probably the criteria they're going by. That he got popular with his second album. But I mean, you can argue that. But Wu-Tang, come on now, people have known Ghostface since he had the mask on in '92. So I don't agree with his placement here. I don't really agree with his placement on the list. Period. Again, if he's going to be on this list, he needs to be in the top 5, up there with Doom. This is a travesty. It's nonsense.
Agreed. And guess what? At number 16, there he is. 3 Stacks.
Oh boy.
Yeah. We already talked about 3 Stacks. And we already know he don't deserve to be on this list. So, but yeah, there he is. Like clockwork. I knew he was going to show up. But yeah, he's at number 16. Go.
So why is it that Accountant, Stankonia, and Love Below as his albums, but not on the Big Boy? That's kind of weird.
They're cherry picking. I don't know what the hell they're doing over here, man. Whatever it is, man, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. So, fuck them.
I mean, is he one of the gods? Yep. Does he need to be on this list? Not really. Should he be at number 16? Absolutely not. This is, I don't know. Cleveland.com kind of sucks. That's what I say about this.
I agree. All right, we're gonna jump into the top 15. So we're gonna
also, I mean, I just want to say he's never had a solo album. He's actually never had a solo album.
Love Below.
Huh?
Love Below.
But no, it's an Outkast album. He may have done that, the majority of it by himself, but it's an Outkast album. That is one. It's not.
No, I think Love Below was a solo album released under Outkast. It was a double album. Both.
A double album.
Yeah, both solos. They guessed it.
It's called Outkast.
I know.
Outkast.
Yeah.
Not when you look at the cover of Love Below and look at the CD, it says Outkast. It does not say Andre 3000. It just, I mean, I know why people say that, but it's Outkast. Same thing with Outer Wild. Outer Wild is questionable as even an Outkast album because it was kind of a soundtrack to a movie.
Right.
And they are Andre and Big Boy are not necessarily even on any of the same tracks. So it's questionable. I don't. They just want to put them on the list. That's all. Agreed.
All right, like I said, we're gonna jump into the top 15. We're gonna go through all 15, and we already talked about the Thigh King. So at number 15, yeah, I'm a bigger boss than Rick Ross. He's on the list at 15. I get him being on the list. I get him being on the list at 15. So I'm okay with that. But but like I said, we talked about other folks. But yeah, I'm fine with that. Go.
I'm not a big fan of Rick Ross. I don't really like him that much, but I can stand him, and he is influential. I don't hate him. I get way too many. People call me Rick Ross way too much when I grow a beard out. I hate that. But
next time somebody call you Rick Ross, slap him in the face with a thigh.
I'll do that because I eat lots of thighs. 15 is pretty high, but I don't know. He deserves to be on the list. He does.
Right on. Number 14, got Nelly. Nelly. I mean, he's had a lot of hits, a lot of number ones. He went mainstream. I never really gave him much props as an MC. So to say he's one of the best rappers of 2000s, I'm going to say no. He's probably one of the most successful, So if that's part of the criteria you're looking at, then yeah, I guess I'm okay with him being at 14. But yeah, he gets extra props though because he's one of the few MCs out there who showed up on a Jackal album. No, I'm not Nelly. I'm not R. Kelly, but I got a nose ring and a tongue in my belly. Whatever. I forgot what he says, but yeah. Got a nose ring and a tongue. I got a nose ring and a stud in my belly. Yeah, that's what he says. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'm okay with that. Go.
I'm not okay with it because I hate Nelly. I hate Nelly a lot. Like I don't like him at all. At all. There's nothing that he has done that I like.
You don't like E.I.?
No, I don't like anything he's ever done. I don't like his voice. I didn't like his whole sing-song rap. I don't like anything he's ever done.
But you can't fade, man. You can't fade his output though. Come on.
As far as it being like him being a hit maker, no, I can't. I guess.
Yeah.
If that's the criteria you want to go by putting him on this list, okay, sure. But if I go by my main criteria of one of the best rapper since the 2000s, I would say no, he doesn't deserve to be on this list. But we're going to go with this as far as a man who made big hits. Okay, sure. 14's really high, though.
Yeah, it is high. Like I said, I think it's more based on his, his popularity and record sales and that kind of stuff that kind of, got him elevated on this list. All right, next up, number 13, we got Nicki Minaj. No, she don't deserve to be number 13. I don't think she even deserves to be on this list at all. This is definitely based on popularity and record sales and things of that nature. And plus the fact she probably got the biggest ass of anyone on this list. So, so if that gets her to 13, just, from the size of her rump shaker, then yeah. Go.
Yeah, that's not criteria at all. But, this is I talk about Nicki Minaj a lot when it comes to this type of thing, that I actually had some hopes for this person because when she first came out, I was paying attention to her because people were saying, how good she was and how she was like making people pay attention to a female MC. So I was like, okay, I'll check her out, and I was highly disappointed by what I heard from her. And ever since then, she has gone into, I'm not even rapping anymore. I'm a pop star. So, yeah, she's like one of the top female rappers of the 2000s. That's the truth. But, she's just not good. She's not good. Is she better lyrically than a lot of people? Yeah, I would say that. But she's not good. But I guess I can't fade her output. I mean, she's a star. She's influential. She made a lot of money. She's one of the biggest household names. So I guess she deserves to be on the list. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, based on once again, popularity and record sales, yeah, obviously, but but not skill set. No, hell no.
No, not at all. People want to call her, one of the best female rappers of all time. She's not.
No, she's not. She's not. Not at all. Not even close. All right, number 12 on the list. Jeezy. Now I kind of lump Jeezy in with Gucci Mane. Those two, they kind of just go hand in hand to me for whatever reason. Jeezy, he's been around for a minute. He's had a lot of hits, and he's a decent enough rapper, man. But I wouldn't put him at 12. I'd put him more in the 30s and maybe the 40s. So he don't deserve to be at number 12, but he deserves to be in the top 50. Go.
Well, all the other reasons I said about the other kind of popular rappers, he deserves it. I don't hate him when I hear him, but I'm not a fan of his. I used to hate him, but I don't really hate him. He's not for me, but I'll let him stay on this list here. This is very high. He is he's better than Gucci Mane. And if Gucci Mane is on the list, and so is he. So, sure, we'll let him stay. 12 is very high, but I'll let him stay there.
Right on. All right, next up at number 11, Luda. Of course, Luda's been around for a minute. He's more of an actor now than he's not retired yet, but I mean, he's I think he's more known. I think a generation probably knows him more for the Fast and the Furious movies than for his actual musical output. But that has nothing to do with his lyrical skills. He's definitely a dope MC. I'm okay with him being at number 11. Go.
He's okay. I've never been the biggest Ludacris fan, but I've never hated him.
Corwin loves him.
Of course. I mean, does he still love him?
I'm sure he does. Why wouldn't he?
He's kind of fickle when it comes to something. He used to love Method Man, but he doesn't now. So I don't know. But at any rate, I think he's pretty good. I'm not a Ludacris stan. I think he's okay. He deserves to be on the list. Yeah.
Right on. Which takes us next into the top 10. At number 10, we got J. Cole. J. Cole's probably the best basketball player on this list, but he's not the best. He's not a top 10 MC on this list, so he don't deserve to be number 10. I'm okay with him being on the list, but not number 10. Go.
I don't like him at all. I don't like him at all. I heard his first album back in the day, and I was like, this ain't good. But that's really all I've heard from him because I didn't keep up with him. What I've heard from him has not been not been pleasant to me. But you know what? I'll give him some props for actually trying to stick to a purely MC style. He tries to be a real MC, and I respect him for that. I'll let him stay here, I guess.
Right on. All right. Next up, number 9, 50. So I think 50 don't get the props that he deserved because I think his output really kind of fell off after his quick rise to the top or whatever. But I really don't even lump him in because How to Rob is from the 90s. How to Rob was, good Lord, How to Rob is from like the late 80s, early 90s. So, I mean, I definitely knew who 50 was way back in the 90s. So, but I guess he rose to prominence in the 2000s. That's why he's on this list. He's a decent enough MC. I wouldn't call him the dopest MC. So now he'll need to be at the number that he's at. Number 9? No. Go.
I don't know why he's on this list. 50 Cent hasn't even done anything like in many years.
Yeah, I'm saying they're based on his rep. Yeah.
And I didn't like him in the 90s, and I'll say this: his debut album, I had it, and I liked it for the most part. And at that point, I was okay with him. But after that, I didn't like any of his output, and I really just hated the fact that he was always at odds with Wu-Tang. I can't really reconcile that. I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I know that was his thing when he came out. He was trying to be antagonistic toward everybody. But Wu-Tang, come on now. You would think he would want to align himself with them, and he was like, nope. And that's always bothered me. But as far as being an MC, I've never thought he was really that great. And he has one of those lackluster, mumbly type deliveries that makes it hard to understand what he's saying a lot of times. And that has always hindered him a lot. I don't really respect 50 Cent that much. I don't. And he hasn't even put out a whole lot, and really I don't remember the last time he did music. I don't know why he's on this list. I mean, his reputation, you're right, but yeah. I really don't know why he's on this list. I don't know what he's actually influenced. I really don't. Number 9, no. If he's going to be on this list at all, he needs to be low.
I mean, he's at mogul status, man. I mean, because he's a
mogul, yeah, because he's made a lot of money.
Yeah.
He's made a lot of money, but as far as like being a rapper, an MC, somebody who makes music and good music at that, he's not that. He got outsold, but I mean that whole beef he had with Kanye West in 2007. I bought Kanye's graduation on day one because of 50 Cent. Such an unlikable person. I'm not with it.
Well, this list doesn't say the most likable rappers of the 2000s. Okay, so. Yeah.
But also he's not likable, and he's also not really that good of a rapper. So. He's pretty high to be on this list.
Yeah, he is high on the list. So we agree on that accord. But yeah, I think he deserves to be in the top 50. But yeah, but not in the top 10. No way in the top 10. No.
Yeah.
Hell no. All right. Next up at number 8, your friend and mine, Tip Harris, T.I. He definitely deserves to be in the top 10. He's one of my favorite rappers. Of the 2000s, and very charismatic. He has an infectious rhyme style. I've always liked his music, so yeah, he deserves to be on this list. I'm okay with number 8. Go.
He has an infectious rhyme style, but you can't understand a word he's saying when he's just talking. I agree with what you just said. I'm okay with him being at number 8, I guess. Yeah.
All right, next up at number 7. Illmatic came out when? In like the early 90s. Illmatic came out in like 91.
93.
93? Illmatic came out before then because I was married to Penny, my first wife.
Illmatic came out in 93.
No.
Nas has been around since the very early 90s.
No, I was married to my...
Illmatic came out in 1993.
No.
The album actually came out in 1993. You can't really dispute that. The album actually came out in 1993.
Dude, listen to me.
No, listen to me. I'm telling you.
Dude,
okay.
no.
Illmatic, the album came out in 1993.
No.
His first single was Halftime, came out in 92.
No.
Halftime came out long before the album came out.
Okay, let me tell you why you're lying. Okay? All right? Because I kind of gauge things by my wives, okay? All right, I was married to my first wife, Penny, 91. I had a copy of Illmatic when I was with her. So there's no way it came out in 93 when I actually had the album.
Well, maybe you had.
It's impossible.
Maybe you had an advance copy.
No, I bought it from Sound. I bought it from Sound Warehouse, man. What you talking about?
Where you bought it from. The album actually came out in 93 because he actually recorded it in 1992, and then he released Halftime, the first single, in 92.
Okay, that being said, how in the hell did I have a copy of Illmatic when I was married to Penny?
Maybe you got an advance copy. I don't know. I have no idea.
No.
But the album came out in 93. Halftime was the first single, came out in October 92.
I distinctly remember buying this album and sitting in my apartment with my first wife, Penny, and listening to this record. And calling my homeboy Tim, like, man, have you heard Illmatic? This was back in 91.
Well, it could be, because, he didn't even record it until 92.
That's a lie.
So I don't feel
That's a lie.
Well, I'm looking at the Wikipedia page, and it says recorded June 92. So it's kind of impossible for you to have it in 91. I know for a fact that Halftime came out in 92. And then
I was not married to Penny in 92.
And then.
Well, you know what? I'm lying. I'm wrong. No, you're right. You're right. Come to think of it, because
Illmatic came out long after his.
When did I marry Penny? I married.
I'm pretty sure you were married to Penny in 92, actually, to be honest.
Because me and Penny split up. And then
92 is when I met her. I met her in 92.
Well, you're right, because my timeline is mixed up because I got out of the military in 94. I was in the military from 87 to 94. I got out in 94, and I was with D when I got out in 94. So yeah, okay. My timeline is mixed up. I'm wrong. Okay.
See, I know you want to I know you're basing things on memories, but I remember when lots of songs and albums came out. I remember them because of how significant they were to me, and I remember how significant Halftime was to me in 92. And I knew that was his first single, and I'd never heard of Nasty Nas at the time, and I was blown away by that.
I guess maybe I was thinking about Live at the Barbecue. It was my first exposure to Nas.
Yeah, it had to be, because that's when people heard of him first.
Yeah, that could be why my timeline is kind of mixed up. But yeah, you're right.
It had to be.
You're right.
It had to be.
Either way, he don't deserve to be on this list. He don't need to be on this list. So. Anyway.
You have people under the comments like, no, Lord, you're wrong. Let me tell you something, son. Let me tell you when Illmatic came out, Lord, people will be lighting you up on this.
Yeah, no doubt. And plus, even if he is on this list, 7 is way too low. I mean,
sure is.
Come on, man. So whatever. Fuck you, Cleveland.com.
You'd be hard pressed to find somebody who wouldn't put Nas in the top 2.
Exactly. And how you had this motherfucker here ahead of him? Drake at number 6.
Whoa. So here's the thing. Drake is more popular than Nas. He's had more hits than Nas. He probably has lots more money than Nas. But
no. Nas recently hit it big. Did you know that? Yeah.
What do you mean?
So he bought stock in some. He invested in some company, man, that blew up, that IPO, man, and I mean, I think Nas is like close to a billionaire now.
Oh, really?
He had a huge windfall, Yeah, and this recently happened. Like, he's at Jay-Z level now when it comes to loot. Yeah, this happened. I say probably in the last year and a half, or whatever.
Oh, well, good for him. Congratulations, Nas.
Yeah, 'cause I know he was having some issues for a minute there as far as his finances and everything. But yeah, he invested in some startup that really blew up. Yeah.
Yeah, he had like tax issues before, didn't he?
Yeah, he had some sort of issues going on with it, right? But yeah, I read somewhere that he invested in something, and shit, let me look it up now. Give me a sec. Damn it. You don't plant that seed in my head. Let's see here. Nas investment. Let's see here. Let's see. Nas investment portfolio is straight nasty. What did he do? He's involved with like Dropbox, Lyft, Robinhood, those types of he's involved like he's got money tied up in these multi-billion-dollar companies that whose values like really soar. So yeah, his portfolio is like off the charts now. He's like in the $1 billion level now. Yeah, he makes some wise choices when it comes to his investments. So
well then, I'm trying to get like him. I had no idea.
Like Julio Iglesias.
Didn't cream like that nigga.
Exactly.
Well, I'll say Drake has made more money off of music than Nas has. And, you can't talk about rap without talking about Drake, unfortunately. Even though he sucks really bad. Is he one of the best rappers since the 2000s? No. Is he one of the most successful ones? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He deserves to be on the list for that. But quality-wise, nope. That's really all I have to say about him. I can't stand Drake.
But he started from the bottom. Now he's here.
Unfortunately.
All right, number 5, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne deserved to be on this list. Obviously, his output has been prolific. A lot of hits, a lot of money, a lot of drawers. So he's not a top 5 rapper, no way. He's not a top 50 lyricist, anything like that. But when it comes to, I guess, just popularity once again and ability to make money and all this kind of stuff, yeah, he deserves to be on the list, but not at number 5. Go.
I agree. But you know what? I subtract some points from him these days.
Why?
For selling out to Donald Trump.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But he got a pardon, didn't he? Or did he get a pardon? I know he tried.
I think he did.
Okay. So, hey, man, sometimes game peep game. He had to, he had to do what he had to do to get that paper.
Sold out his race.
Yeah.
For his own freedom.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. So. All right. Next up, number 4, Ye. I'm okay with Ye being at number 4. But once again, he came to prominence in the 90s. So, there you go. Yeah, that same conundrum. So, no, he don't need to be on this list. Go.
Well, all I'll say is that nobody knew who Kanye was before 2002, at least. So...
No, Through the Wire came out in the 90s.
No, it didn't. Through the Wire came out in 2003.
It did?
Yep.
Damn, my timeline is fucked up. Okay. Okay. Well, he deserved to be on this list then.
I mean, he was out in the 90s, but he came to prominence around 2001, 2002, producing for people, namely Jay-Z and then Talib Kweli. I'm going to go ahead and say it makes more sense for him to be on this list than he does as part of the 90s. He deserves to be on this list, and number 4 is probably where he should be. Yeah.
Based on that and based on my fucked up timeline, I agree. All right, number 3, Eminem. Now I know Eminem came out in the 90s, so you can't even focus me on that. My timeline ain't that fucked up.
Yeah,
so,
Eminem came out in 96.
So, no, he'll need to be on this list. Go.
Doesn't need to be on this list. He's one of the most influential rappers of all time. I have my problems with Eminem, but I can't deny that he's one of the gods.
But we ain't talking about him being a god. We talking about 2000s, man.
Yeah.
He came out in '96. So nah.
He did.
He once again he was a made man by the time the 2000s hit. So.
Yeah. But to be fair, he hit it big in 1998. That's when his debut album came out.
But once again, after that first album, he was a made man.
Yeah.
He got his bones. So no, he don't need to be on this list.
Okay, he doesn't need to be on this list.
No.
We'll go with that.
Okay. Number 2, Kendrick Lamar. Obviously, everybody and their grandma love Kendrick. Obviously, he's definitely a 2000 rapper. He's not number 2 in my book, but I'm okay with him being on this list. And I'm okay with him being top 10. Go.
I agree, and that's what I have to say about that.
Then what you got to say about number 1 then? So the number 1 rapper of the 2000s is a dude that I met back in like 1989, 90. My homeboy, your friend and mine, Sean Carter, Jay-Z, at number 1. Hell no. Once again, this dude been doing it since the 90s. Obviously, he's one of the most successful hip-hop artists of all time. You can't sleep on his product. You can't sleep on what he means to the game of hip-hop. Once again, he's got a lot of bodies on him. So no, he don't deserve to be number 1 because once again, I lump him in. He definitely made his bones in the 90s. So go.
Oh, I hate giving Jay-Z props, but you're right. If they're talking about him being the most successful rapper of the 2000s, yeah, it's true. But he's from the 90s, like all the others.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve to be on this list. I can't do it. I hate to give this man credit. He doesn't deserve to be on this list. He doesn't. I don't know who number 1 actually should be.
Of the 2000s? Of the 2000s.
If we're gonna go with people on this list, people who are actually on this list, who actually should be on this list, kind of sort of, probably Kanye.
Yeah, I agree with that. Of the 2000s, yeah. Once you take out everybody who don't need to be on this list, who already kind of made their bones, yeah, you're right. Ye would be number 1, probably followed by T.I.
And then Kendrick,
3 Stacks. Well, no, 3 Stacks don't need to be on. No.
He can't. No. Kendrick. Ludacris. Kendrick. Rick Ross. And there's some
LP. Killer Mike. MF Doom. And so, Royce.
I'm knocking all these people off that you're just naming. No, they shouldn't be here. This is a terrible list.
It's a fucked up list. So
number 1 on this list is how bad this list is. No credibility from Cleveland.com. I don't even by their criteria, this is wrong.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah. They all fucked up. Like I said, it was a backpacker who probably got high, and did this damn list and turned it in, and he probably don't even know that this thing is even up. So,
right.
he was just throwing darts at a damn dartboard or whatever, man. And it's like, okay,
this man had Joe Budden on the list.
Joe Buddha.
And the baby. This is terrible. This is a terrible list.
I agree.
I wonder if there are any good lists out there. We haven't done a good list yet.
No. I guess we need to do our own, man. I think we've done our own before, haven't we? We need to do another one.
Yeah, I think we have, but I don't know if it was in any kind of order.
Yeah, I think we were just talking. But we might want to just, maybe do like a top 20 list or something like that. The definitive top 20 list.
I don't know if I can do that, though. I really don't. Because even when I do a top 5, I have a hard time. Because my top 5 changes so much. It's so hard. One day I might have like Ice Cube at number 1, then I have Doom at number 1, then I have Jizza at number 1. It changes. It's hard for me to do a list.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard to do a list, man, but We need to take a stab at it, man, because we can't be just criticizing folks without putting our own product out there as well. So
I guess so, and then maybe they can go and they can do a podcast and talk about how wrong we are.
yeah, exactly. So that being said, Jay-Z is the number one rapper of the 2000s according to Cleveland.com. So it's out there in another world for people to read and to debate. And we've given our opinion on it. So listeners, what are your opinions? Are we right about these rappers who already made their bones, in the 90s and everything? And what's the cutoff? I mean, even though they have had prolific content in the 2000s, you got to have a cutoff point at some point. And I think this list should be only for acts who actually released material in the 2000s. If they release material in the 90s, they shouldn't be on this list. So that's just my opinion, So it's like, once again, if you do a list of the greatest rappers of the 90s, you're not going to say, LL Cool J, he released Radio back in 87. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to say Run DMC. You're not going to say Curtis Blow or whatever. You know what I mean? You're not going to, no, there's got to be some sort of, who?
Cool Herc.
Cool Herc, yeah. Melly Mel and all them dudes. So, I mean, shit. Spoonie G. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got to be some sort of quantifiable measurement that you can put out there other than just saying, okay, best rappers of the 2000s. So that being said, comment below. Let us know what you think about these rappers on this list, and take a look at the list and who definitely did not deserve to be on there or who got left out. Just kind of let us know. And you got anything you want to add?
No, not really. I just say, I commend these people for trying to make a list. It's always fun going through these things, but and these things are always subjective. But it's just part of the reason it's hard to make a list is because some people are just a given, and when you deviate from the given, I don't like that. I don't like it when people deviate from it. But at the same time, it's just not fair. Nobody's going to have the same answer. But then when you have people comparing, it's just like, a lot of times I can't see where they're coming from. And it's like they're just doing something just to do it. And I just hate it. They just stop trying to make a list like this, I think.
Yeah, it's clickbait. That's what it is. So I get it. I mean, they want to drive traffic to their site, and they succeeded because they suckered us in. So
I mean, other than us, I wonder if it worked.
Who knows? But it's definitely fodder for debate, and that's why we're here is to poke holes in bullshit like this. So that being said, subscribers, subscribe, refer. Let's get our numbers up. Once again, I'm trying to get to 1,000. Damn it. Hook or crook, I'm getting to 1,000 subscribers, whether you like it or not. So you might as well go ahead and subscribe if you're listening and hook a brother up. So, what do you think about the list of the top 50 rappers of the 2000s? Chime in. Please let me know what your ass think, because once again, you just heard what Lonzo thinks. Bye.